Hello everyone, it's Brian here with a little update for Mindfulness running. It's been a long time since the last video that I posted. It's been a kind of a crazy year between switching up some jobs and having a small child in the house. So we're settled in Strathroy now. It's really nice to be back in my hometown, although we do miss a lot of aspects of living downtown in London. But throughout the lockdown and huge changes that our whole society has been experiencing over the last several weeks, I've actually been able to get back out and do some more consistent running and building up some distance and building my fitness. A lot of motivation towards getting prepared for summer events, whether they be an actual organized event or just something solo that I'm coming up with on my own. Something that is promoted by Coach Chris Houth from the Ritual podcast. It's these self-curated events, which is something I'm becoming a huge fan of. So coming up in May, I'm planning to do at least some sort of 24-hour challenge. I haven't worked out all the details yet, but it'll probably be running the trails and a few selected routes in Strathroy in a some sort of timed fashion. So every so many hours, go out and run a loop of a certain distance and do that for 24 hours. So I'll do another update soon when I finally figure out exactly what types of intervals I'll be doing. Another thing that's been keeping me motivated during lockdown is using Strava. So a few months ago, I had the audacious goal, again inspired by a guest on the Ritual podcast, Ricky Gates, who ran all the streets in San Francisco. I think that was a couple of years ago. And so I thought, I've already run a lot of the streets in Strathroy, so I might as well actually try and complete it all. So I upgraded my Strava so I could see my heat maps, and it's not a perfect system, don't have it completely worked out, but I estimate I've probably got over 85, maybe even over 90% of streets in Strathroy covered just over the last few months. So it's not really a regimented process, but trying to pick away at it every now and then between my regular routes. And I feel like I've actually gotten to know Strathroy quite a bit better in the process, so that's pretty cool. I've also created some different segments around town on my regular routes, and that way I can track kind of my progress when I do those same routes over and over again, and maybe inject a few fartlek type runs. So if I know where the segments are, then I can ramp it up during that segment of the run and help with my overall fitness. Because one of the easiest ways to increase your fitness, rather than just going out for one hard run with the same pace all the way, start to finish, is to change up your pace periodically throughout, and it allows your heart rate to go up and down and up and down, and it's actually that recovery time of your heart rate that is one of the best indications of fitness, as well as that's closely tied to heart rate variability, which I could go down the rabbit hole on that, but anyway, introducing those into my runs has made it a lot more fun, easy to get out the door, and the nicer weather also makes it a lot easier to get out. I'm typically not the type of runner who has to get out every single day or I'll go crazy. I could very easily slip into a lull and not run for a couple weeks, but I found that's when my autoimmune issues start to creep in more frequently, is when I'm not exercising routinely. Haven't been doing as much yoga as I'd really like to get into my routine. Henry keeps us pretty busy, but a little bit here and there, and that definitely makes a big difference too. So that's one of the things I'd like to continue to ramp up a little bit more. Anyway, that's all for now, I think, and hopefully I'll try to make it a little bit more of a priority to post some videos, especially now that everybody is stuck at home more often. And it's a nice way for me to feel like I'm giving back in some small way, is to try and share some of the experience in training and dealing with uncomfortable situations, though this coronavirus pandemic seems to be more of a drawn out thing. So different tips to keep you motivated, tips for training, and things like that. So look forward to making those videos and posting a little bit more often. Take care.